What's going on, Omnibus Collectors? It's Riley, and I am here with another quick haul video. I just received my second pack, should have been my third package of March, but one has been held up at the post office, and I thought it was due to the whole thing that's going on right now, that maybe they were holding on to mail. I don't know, because we haven't gotten any mail for a few days. But anyway, so I'll go figure that out at some point. That was a few books that I was excited to talk about. But I've got another small grouping of books here to talk about. Not as big as the last haul that I had, but some cool stuff nonetheless. So let's dive right in. Let's see. On the top of my stack here, I've got Wolverine Epic Collection Inner Fury. So this is a cool little collection, volume 6 of the chronological Wolverine Epic Collections. This holds issues 69 through 75. So this comes after the, what is it called? Weapon X Unleashed or whatever by Larry Hama collection. And then Wolverine Inner Fury, Killing and Global Jeopardy, Sabretooth 1 through 4, and X-Men number 25. So some cool content in here. This was a nice collection of material that has not been collected before. Those are always really exciting. And then there's more material after this that has not been collected before. So I'm hoping that we continue with these epic collections for Wolverine and fill out that first ongoing series. But this is some cool material. We've got, I know Larry Hama is going to be primarily writing this one. We also have John Nee, Reiber, Peter David, Fabian Nicieza, and a lot of cool artists, Bill Sienkiewicz, and some others, Mark Texera, Andy Kubert. And I apologize if I ever mispronounce things, because I know that people will point it out, but at least I'm not as bad as Omar at the mispronunciations. The second book here is a nice oversized hardcover from DC, and that is Batman City of Crime. So this is by David Lapham with art by Ramon Box, as well as others. This collects issues 801 through 808 and 811 through 814, as well as the prologue from issue 800. This happens around the War Games period of the Batman books. I have not read this material before, so I'm really excited about it. I've read a couple of things by Lapham in the past and have enjoyed what he's done, and I know that this is more of a typical crime book, one where basically you could see it as not Batman and not Batman's villains. It could just be some detective with some villain that he's tracking down. But that's really cool. I'm excited about it. I've never read it before, and I'm glad that they have it in this nice deluxe edition. Really nice packaging here. And then next, this is a nice set by Image. Now this is one, I'm going to crack this open because I want to look at the particulars of this volume. This is the 4th collection for Wicked and Divine. This is released not just as a single hardcover, but they released the 4th edition as 2 hardcovers. One that's about the same size as everything else that we've seen, the previous 3 editions, and then the second one being a much thinner one. So I know I've read the whole series as it was in singles, and I'm assuming that the second book collects the supplemental one-shots and stuff like that. The book itself is black on black. It's a matte black with a glossy black print for the images and the lettering, collecting the last chunk of issues. It's even on the back here, billed as 2-volume set. So it's not like this is volume 4 and volume 5. This is volume 4, 2-volume set. Now the larger of the 2 hardcovers, this I imagine is going to collect the rest of the issues of the main. Even here, Wicked and Divine, book 4, volume 1 is how it's credited on the inside. So that's really interesting. Originally printed as 34 through 45. And the Wicked and the Divine historical specials, yada, yada, yada. So this one I'm guessing has through 45. That's the last issue on the title. So yes, that looks like that's how that is. So it would be your main stuff right here. Now the second one, this is the much thinner one. Pretty much the same type of design. Matte black with a glossy black for the text and stuff. On the back it still says 2-volume set. On the inside I'm willing to bet that it says... Yep, book 4, volume 2. And then this one has, okay, here we go. This is the different stuff. Published in single magazine form as Christmas Annual number 1, The Funnies number 1, and I don't know if that has any more. It looks like a bunch of scripting, covers, So this is basically a little supplement volume. I remember the Funnies issue that had a lot of funny little segments in it. And it looks like after the 2 books, we have the alternate cover gallery in the back here. So I wanted to show this off. This is more than I typically do for just a haul video, but I was very curious for basically the purpose of splitting it into 2 volumes, and it looks like, I mean, it has a pretty good purpose. Putting all the supplemental material in that second volume kind of makes sense. It makes sense rather than shoving it all and making that 1 volume much larger. So that's cool. You got writer's notes at the back, and I think that's the rest. The rest of the book is basically just writer's notes from Kieran Gillen about the entire series. And then afterwards we do have, oh nice, we have a playlist. This is all the music that Gillen listened to as he was writing and working on the series. We have David Bowie, just random stuff on here, White Stripes, Arcade Fire, The Kinks, Nine Inch Nails, The Cure, Lana Del Rey, Prince, Mastodon. So he listens to a whole gamut of different music, which is cool because I too listen to a lot of different music. I'm betting if you go on Spotify, he probably has the playlist up on there. So yeah, that is a really cool little set. If you were a fan of Wicked and Divine, that is the final set that they've released of the series. It wrapped up recently. Great series, especially if you are into kind of the Britpop scene. It has a lot of musical references throughout it. And I'd guess if you're a fan of Gillen's work, then you'll find a lot to enjoy in this one. And here's the last book in this haul. This is the treasury-sized History of the Marvel Universe. This big old book collects the 6-issue miniseries written by Mark Waid. I'll unwrap this, with artwork by Javier Rodriguez. You might recognize Rodriguez's artwork from stuff like Dennis Hopeless's Spider-Woman series or Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme. The idea behind this book essentially is that he's going through the entire history of the Marvel Universe, all the major events, all of the different things that have happened from the very beginning, and he puts it in chronological order and makes kind of a story out of it. And the way that the story is told essentially is that it's a conversation that Galactus is having with Franklin Richards, and this is set in the far future. The end of time is what it says, actually. So this story is set at the end of time, and he goes from the creation of the Marvel Universe, and we get all the different events throughout the Marvel Universe, the creation of the Inhumans, the creation of the mutants, the creation of the Eternals, even. All this stuff with the history of the Silver Surfer, of the Asgardians. Then we move forward into, you know, the Golden Age stories with Captain America and the Silver Age material as well. There's a really interesting point in here where it covers kind of the gap between the Golden Age series with Cap, Namor, the Invaders, and then going into the dawn of the Avengers. So it shows a lot of that stuff that kind of happened in between there. And then it goes through all the more modern events, the Infinity Trilogy, the House of M, goes all the way up through the Civil War and all that stuff. And then it gives us a little bit of a glimpse into the future of the Marvel Universe as well as we go towards stuff like 2099 and all of that. It's a fantastic little trip through Marvel history. And if you're a fan of the Marvel comics, then you're going to be familiar with a lot of this stuff. But Mark Waid presents it in a way that's just so enjoyable. And I highly recommend it. It is one of these larger treasury-sized books, so it is going to be a larger trim size than oversized hardcovers. But Marvel's been doing a few of those, so if you're like me, you might already have a small library of these treasury books anyway. This is going to go nicely up in there next to like X-Men Grand Design, Fantastic Four Grand Design, Silver Surfer Parable, and Black, stuff like that. So this is probably going to be one of my most recommended books from this month, March of 2020. And it's only $30 cover price, so you can easily get it for less than 20 bucks online. So anyway, that's all my new books right now. There was that History of the Marvel Universe, the 2-book set of Wicked and Divine Volume 4, Batman, the City of Crime, oversized hardcover and that Wolverine Epic Collection Inner Fury. I'll try and track down that other package so I can do a quick haul video for that material. But in the meantime, look forward to, I've got my Western Comics library tour is going to be coming soon. If you didn't check it out and you're a fan of manga, I did a manga library tour recently. Check that stuff out and then come back soon when I do the other half of my library and all the Western Comics, Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, everything in between and beyond. So I'm really excited to show that. I think I need to work on the lighting up in my room before I'm really confident with any video that I'll produce, because I had some lighting issues with my manga video. And then I'll have another haul video soon, hopefully when I track down that package that is apparently stuck at the post office. And then I will see you guys whenever I see y'all. Hello, Millie. So thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, please, if you haven't already. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe here and keep watching, because I will be back with more content regularly at this point, especially with everything going on. I am stuck at home for the next probably week and have plenty of time to produce content. So hold me accountable if I don't put out a couple of videos during this next week, because that just means I'm being way too lazy. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.